Welcome to the We Are VIP podcast. I'm your host, Casey Haston. So today on the show, I'd like to welcome Kent Billingsley, president and founder of the Revenue Growth Company and author of Entrepreneur to Millionaire. Kent's focus is helping CEOs, business owners, and leaders dramatically scale sales, revenue, and profits while using the fewest resources possible.
But here's the thing for the hiring manager. There is a whole chapter, and I could have written probably 3 books on this topic, and I call it talent optimization. And if you're a hiring manager or a leader today and you don't understand these 4 parts of this system regarding talent, first, never hire another employee, only talent. And I explain what talent is, and I explain how to measure it. Those are the first 2 things, and most HR departments don't understand that. But it's a system if you really want to be interviewing talent, not just who you can get. It starts with attraction. If you're not attracting top talent, then you're not hiring top talent. In most cases, they're not. Second is how do we attract and how do we acclimate? So now, forget the onboarding. How do we really bring them into our culture? How do we really develop their competency? There is no one you will hire that will have every competency you need. It's impossible. So now your acclimation program must develop that competency. And if it's not skills training, not sending them off to class for a week or onboarding, this is truly acclimation to perform at the highest levels. This can take a few weeks. I was in EDS acclimation program. It was 13 months.
Wow.
I wasn't allowed to make a sales call for 13 months because they were developing every skill set from dress to dining to negotiating to selling to boardroom presence. I mean, the whole thing. They wouldn't let you go out until you had all those competencies. And the third part that you must understand as a leader or as a hiring manager is attraction, acclimation, development. Okay, what's that? That's ongoing. So there's an acclimation where you develop them to be proficient, but then they should constantly be developing you forever. There should always be programs, and there should always be things they can be giving you, and you should be doing it on your own, as well as there should be corporate development, or even for small companies sending you to the right webinars and seminars, anything to constantly be developing you, because these competencies are evolving and changing so fast. And then the last part and the key part, this is always a mess in every company, and I go in and fix it. I've rewired the last 500 comp programs I've looked at. So after attraction, acclimation, development, care. Now, care is not just compensation in dollars, but care is actually 3 things. It's rewards, recognition, and reinforcement. As a leader, you have to understand all 3. And if you don't understand all 3, you're probably overpaying. Your salaries are probably too high. A lot of people, your talent isn't going to come for the money. They're going to come for the package. They're going to come for, if I produce, what's in it for me? Too many managers, they're overpaying in salaries today. I ran a very successful software firm back over here. I took them from $2 million to $38 million in 2.5 years. When I hired people, almost, I'd say 70% had to take a pay cut to come work for me. But my package was triple what they could earn anywhere else. So you produce, you've got the goods, you're going to make a lot of money. If you're a pretender or a player and gamer, first of all, you probably wouldn't get through my system. But the second is you're not going to be able to produce any money. What were the results? Well, I had 3 people in 1 year make more than $1 million in software sales. And I tell you what, I had a lot of CEOs and friends tell me, that's ridiculous. You never want to pay that much money. I said, why not? I have no attraction issues now. I have every major software salesperson in the world wanting to work for me.
Right.
HR never had to go source, but I still use recruiters. And here's how I use recruiters. I'll tell you. I hope you appreciate this. I would call recruiters. I'd call down in Austin or down in here in Dallas, but I used a lot out of Houston. I'd say, here's the deal. You don't have to do any work. All you have to do is get me a coffee with the top player over at BMC Harris, Tivoli, HP, one of these. I'd pick the company, I'd get the name, or I'd have you get the name. Get me a coffee with them. I'll go manage them to close them, right? And out of 17 proposals, I got 15 people hired.
Wow.
I'll bring them in and I'll pay you your full fees. All you have to do is make the introduction. Because I'm going to go have a talk with them and talk about, or what do you want to do with your career? Are you in this to be incredibly successful and to make a lot of money for the firm? The firm comes first, and if so, we can work together. But here's the rule: you got to work in my system. Because I've spent decades around the world proving my system. What were the results in 3 years in a public software company? We had a 96% win rate.
Wow.
3
That's
years,
incredible.
96%, 48 out of 50 major deals. And I only say that because I'm trying to impress your audience to say, this system is so powerful. How you attract, how you acclimate, how you develop, how you care. You've got to have all four parts, and your system is only as good as the weakest part. But if you'll put those in place, and it's in the book, you've got to read those things. Because if your competitors are, and they know how to attract talent, I stole the best software salespeople at every company. Stole them away. Cherry picked them. And real quick though, recruiters were calling my people every day. Don't that would bother most people. I took that as a badge of honor. If you're not calling my people trying to steal them, I probably don't have the best people.
Right, for sure. So, oh my gosh, that's so much information. Where's the best place to find the book?
Yeah, you go to Amazon. It's at Barnes & Noble locally. It's now in ebook, so it's in hardbound, it's an ebook, and it's also on Audible. For those people, and I have a lot of clients now, it's fascinating, and prospects or friends, they're actually listening to it while they're reading it.
That's a new trend. It really is a thing, and it seems to work really well for absorption.
Yeah, and to take notes and capture the notes in the book as you're listening and know exactly where it is in there, because these are not tips and tricks. This is a phased approach. It's sequential principles. There are a lot of formulas in there. There's a lot of processes. There's a lot of tools in there. I've spent 20 years proving that you've got to have in your toolkit today. If not, you are not ready to compete.
Okay, so I'm reading the book right now. Okay. I highly recommend everybody else go read the book. Go get the book. Go read it 3 times.